Welcome to the Metaphysical Manifesting Podcast with intuitive lightworker, national speaker, metaphysical teacher, and best-selling author Lisa Kessler. What is it you want to manifest? Are you looking to increase your income, change careers? Maybe you want to manifest a new home or a new car. Are you ready to bring love into your life? You have come to the right place.
Hello, everyone. I'm so glad you're here today. This has been a really interesting big week in my world because this week I walked into the Board of Elections and wrote a big check for the qualifying fee, and I am officially going to be on the ballot here in Florida for the school board. So anyway, it was a big deal for me, and it really got me thinking about when we are manifesting something big, we have to actually step back and just take the first step. Because this week, I officially qualified for the ballot. And even though that sounds like a finish line, the truth is it's really not. It's the first big step. I have the primary election is coming up in August. And unless I get 51% of the vote, then it can be over in August. So of course, that's my goal. But then the big election will be in November. So this really is just the first big step. It's a long road ahead. I have lots of meetings with people in education, with voters, and being sure people are signed up and registered to vote. We're going door knocking, all these new experiences I've never had before, but I'm bringing it up because it reminded me that one of the most powerful lessons that we learn when we're manifesting, the biggest one at least that I've learned, is that when a big idea walks in your door, you don't have to need to know the how, which is really hard for me. I've talked to you guys many times about my anxiety and how, my brain wants to go, but plan A and plan B. And if it's something really big, sometimes I get hung up because I start wondering, well, how in the world would I do that? Right? But I have learned over the years that you don't need to know how, you just need to take an aligned action. So let's start at the beginning. When I first decided to run for the school board, I was really excited. I am so passionate about kids and education. I just think it's the foundation for our future. It's so important. And when I realized my district was actually going to be elected, I just thought, oh my gosh, is the universe telling me to do this? And so I was excited, and I asked my family, would you guys all support me if I do this? Because it is a big time suck. And I just wanted to be sure everyone would be 100% on the team if I do this thing, this big scary thing, right? And so they all were behind me 100%. And so I went to the election board's office to sign up, to get registered. And then reality kicked in because they told me there is a filing fee. And it wasn't just like $100. My filing fee was over $2,000. $2,000. And if I am being really honest here, I didn't know how I was going to manifest that money. I thought, what? And I could have just taken that folder of information they handed me and not done anything else with it, right? That would have been really easy to just go, well, I don't have $2,000, so I'm just not going to do this right now. But instead, I knew that I don't have to know the how. And I filled out all the paperwork. I got the notarized statement. I did everything I needed to do, and I actually filed. And I could have decided that that number was too big, that is too expensive or too unrealistic. I am not a political person, so I'm not with the movers and the shakers. It would have been so easy to just go, well, this goal is too big, right? And I'm sure that I could have convinced myself of that, but I know because I've done it over and over that I don't have to know the how. I don't have to. All manifesting requires of us is to trust before we can even see the whole path in front of us, right? When we get stuck in the how, that is how most people abandon their dreams. And even clients who come to me with giant dreams, many of them immediately backtrack, but I can't do that now, maybe in 5 years. Right? Because normal things, all that fear creeps in. You start thinking, how will I afford it? Or how will I find the time? In my case, how will I meet the right people? How will I make it happen? And the truth is that we really don't have to know. And in fact, if we knew every step from the beginning, it would not help us grow. What would we learn? Nothing. We would just be checking things off of a list. I'll use tarot as an example. I always tell people tarot cards are not to tell you what to do. Tarot cards are to give you something to think about, because the reality is if tarot cards were telling you what to do, you wouldn't need to live your life. You would just pull cards, right? And manifesting is the exact same thing. If you knew every step of how you were going to get there, what would you learn? Nothing. So manifesting is growing. It's co-creating. It requires faith and trust, which are the scariest, hardest part. So the how is usually revealed after you start moving, not before. You have to take an aligned action. So going back to the election, when I look back now, I know that it wasn't my job to figure out how will I raise this filing fee. It was my job to say yes, fill out the paperwork, do the notarizing, and just decide that yes, this matters. Yes, this is aligned with who I am. And then I started taking small steps. In fact, my husband can tell you that my theme this whole time has been one small thing every day for the campaign. That's it. Just one thing every single day. And that involved, some days it involved going to a meeting or talking to a new person that I know is involved in education. And it's a little scary for me, but that's my one thing for the day. And by having conversations with people and being willing to receive their support, step by step, what seemed impossible at the beginning when they told me about this filing fee, it became possible. In fact, we manifested the filing fee in 1 week. 1 week, we had enough for the filing fee. And this week I went down there and paid. In the meantime, we have manifested posters, buttons, T-shirts, only a few T-shirts to be honest, but I have a shirt to wear when I'm out door knocking, and postcards. And now we are manifesting the money for the campaign signs. And I don't have to know where it's going to come from. I just have to keep doing that one small thing every single day, because really, I don't need to know. Right? I don't need to know all the answers today, or at least that's what I tell my anxiety, right? But the dream, it doesn't end at the first milestone. This is a big, campaigning for office is a big thing. So is buying a house. So is writing and publishing a book. So your dream doesn't end at the first step. The first step is, it's easy to go, woohoo, I qualified, I'll be on the ballot. And it's tempting to just go, I did it. Can't that be enough? But the truth is, it's just the first mountain on the way. There's going to be new steps. I already told you we're fundraising for signs now, and I have my first candidate meet and greet event coming up later in June. And I'm communicating with the superintendent of schools and other education professionals. The journey is just continuing, right? And that is another important lesson when you're manifesting, is every manifestation, my clients are going to be going, oh my gosh, she says this all the time. But every time you manifest one dream, you never break through a tape and go, woohoo, I never have to manifest anything ever again. Now I'm completely happy for the rest of my life. Because what happens is once you manifest one dream, it brings onto the horizon the next one. And it's something even bigger that you never would have dreamed of before. But now it's on the horizon because you did this scary thing, right? So it really is a journey. it is not a finish line. There will always be another step, another invitation for you to grow and expand. Expansion is what manifesting is all about. So take it one step at a time. If you're looking at a giant goal right now, like I am, just don't become overwhelmed, because I can quickly spin out into overwhelm when I start focusing on the whole entire mountain. Just do one small thing every day. Just focus on that one small thing. And then at the end of the week, brainstorm what the next small things might be for the next week. Because if you get too far ahead of yourself, the universe is often going to bring you opportunities you never expected, that you wouldn't have even known to ask for. So don't overschedule yourself with, but I can't do that because I have already planned that I'm doing this step, right? We don't want to do that. So just plan just one step each day, maybe just for the week. And what happens is you'll manifest the next and the next and the next. And when you focus on, just what's directly in front of you, that's when the impossible becomes manageable, because you look back and you go, oh my gosh, look at all this stuff I did. What? It's amazing. Manifesting really feels like magic when you're in the flow like that. So my friends, think about what big dreams are on your horizon right now that you are doing your best to avoid. Because the dream that you've been holding on to because you think it's too big, or you don't know how it will happen, or maybe it's something you talked yourself out of because it seems too big, but it keeps coming back. It keeps nudging you. Maybe it's starting a new business or changing careers. Maybe you're going to write a book, or maybe it's a new relationship that you really feel like maybe you want one, but you're too scared to put yourself out there, but it keeps nudging you. Maybe it's a move. Maybe you're going to get a new house or move to a new city or state. Maybe it's a creative project of some kind. Maybe, like me, maybe it's a calling to serve. Whatever it is that's nudging you, please know that you don't need to know how. You don't need to know how. You only need to know, what is my next aligned step? Go back to my little campaign calendar. One thing for the campaign every day. That's all. When you break it down to something teeny tiny like that mountain, it doesn't look insurmountable. It looks completely doable. And that leaves enough open space for the universe to bring you a miracle. And so anyway, I really hope that you will take on the big thing, because I am having so much fun on the school board campaign. I am meeting so many amazing human beings and parents, and it has just been magical. And I'm so glad that I said yes to the opportunity that kept knocking on my door. It's about growing and life. And I don't know how the election will turn out. I just know from the bottom of my bones, whatever is supposed to happen will happen. That's life. Dreams sometimes seem bigger than our current circumstances, and it's just about trusting that if it's aligned with your heart, there is a reason for that. It's about you taking inspired action toward that dream. It's saying yes only to the next step. The universe is handling the how. We don't have to worry about the how, but it needs something to work with. Everything is energy. So your willingness is that energy. When you say yes, when you take a tiny, scary step and send out an email or make a phone call or whatever. So this week I qualified. My name is going to be on that ballot. What? And I'm incredibly grateful, so grateful. Many of you listening, I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you. Thank you so much for believing in me. And if you want to be a part of the journey, in the show notes is a link to donate. And you know what? $5 is amazing. That buys a sign, you guys. So please consider donating to my journey. It's a big help. And if you can't, that's okay. Thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing to the podcast. And when you take that scary step and say yes, please, in the show notes is a link to reach out to me and let me know if you have questions or need support or you just want to share your success story. I love cheering people on who are manifesting their best life because that is what it's all about. So thank you for being part of the journey. Thank you for being brave. Trust your vision even before you know the how. And whatever you do, trust yourself. Allow the path to be revealed as you walk it. Just take that next aligned step and know that I am sending you all the good vibes. I believe in you. Now your job, believe in yourself.
Thanks for listening to the Metaphysical Manifesting Podcast with Lisa Kessler. If you have questions or comments, or if you'd like to work with Lisa to manifest your dreams, you can connect with her through her website at metaphysicalmanifesting.net. That's also where you can claim your free weekly tarot reading and manifesting tips. Make sure you subscribe or follow the Metaphysical Manifesting Podcast on your favorite podcasting site so you never miss another episode. As Lisa likes to say, we can make magic when we bring the universe into the equation. Remember, you don't have to do it alone. If you'd like more information about Lisa, Metaphysical Manifestation Mentorship, or the Manifesting Magic Mastermind, visit her website at metaphysicalmanifesting.net.